So let's get straight to business. Okay? No pulling around, no long talk. Let's just get straight to black business. What do our ancestors have to share with us? I just want to highlight all of that right now. Okay. So under here, we have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Well, three signifies teamwork, collaboration, um, kind of like internal work, internal affairs. Um, yeah, mm, pentacles are about material things, using your resources, but you're like physical resources. So I'm seeing a collaboration of resources, or using your resources. Um, and people are a huge resource. Um, I also heard water, so flowing, letting it flow. So flow with your resources. Um, so this this message is pretty much about how to build a future using what you have and things that you have created and things that you have gained, and what is to come. Shaman of Wands had just came out. I don't know if Shaman is in Height of Wands. It might be. So when Height of Wands, to me, it's like internal work, internal paddle, um, fiery climb hacks. So it's kind of like you work through all of your problems, and you're kind of built for it tough. You can take on you can take on anything, no matter what anyone says, no matter how anything looks, no matter how anything appears. You can see the resources that you have gained, or that you can gain within everything. You can kind of see the future that kind of feels like a King of Wands energy, because that's kind of like you're so solid in how you feel, and who you are, and all of that. But it comes from having to fight for what you trust in, for what you believe in, and for who you are, and for what you have gained from, for it comes from what you have overcome. So I'm seeing spiritual ancestors had kind of just told me that it's like challenges. Of course, that there are challenges in everything, but I'm seeing a real emphasis on family challenges, and who you identify as your family, and what that means to you, and the fight that will arise when you identify people as family because, for example, you would not treat a stranger how you would treat your cousin. So ancestors really, when I'm feeling a lot from everyone, so I'm keeping this pretty general, but I'm pinpointing on a lot of truths. So I like see, analyze, see, pay attention to how you treat strangers in relation or in accordance to, or as opposed to how you treat family. What is that showing you? What is that feeling like? Do you treat strangers better? Does it feel lighter? If if dealing with family feels so heavy, that there's a truth in that, because yes, you have a deeper connection with your family, so things hit harder. It feels heavier on you, as to where strangers may feel lighter to you, as well as also strangers and family. I was seeing something else, huh? They got paninis at Wawa with fresh mozzarella now. Oh, I want to try that. No, 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 no. I'm making a YouTube.
What was y'all walking on it? I'm sorry.
Yeah, yes.
You want me to leave?
So, no, you don't have to. So it's like shaman of wands, and I love how they say that that the in height is the shaman. If that's true, I could be wrong, but that's how I'm interpreting it now. Is that shaman is height? It's like wisdom. Like when you think of shaman, I think of wisdom. Someone who has been through, who has took every step, who has took, and it don't have to be fast. Just took slow steps, or just took steps towards thing, and picks up something, meets people, learns things from each step they take, and it builds up strength in them that can be used. I feel like that this is more so an encouraging message. It's like a hug. Well, that's what I feel like so far, and from the Knight of Wands, it feels like a hug. Like even through the heaviness, even through the hardship, there is light. You feel accomplished. You feel placed. You feel like each step you have taken has made a imprint in the earth, and in your life, and in the lives around you. It's beautiful. Like I feel like it's kind of a simple, easy, obvious message, but one that we need to be reminded of often. Why not? Why not? It holds truth always, even if it may not feel like it, even if you don't acknowledge it. These things are happening. Six of Wands. Okay, so I'm seeing an exertion of power. Okay, cool. So Six of Wands is about this internal buildup of fire, and then sending it outwards. It's kind of charging up and poof, and it's not conscious. It's not conscious. It's more so what you were made to do, what you signed up for in this human is in this human life. I feel like it's a part of this human contract. Like when you were born, you signed this imaginary illusionary contract, about how life would go, and I love how these tools. It's like all of this inner strength, and that's just what I feel about wands. I feel like wands is about conflict, turmoil, internal spilling out, external, because that's just evident. It's just real prevalent that what happens in here will be exerted, but this is in an exertion. It's expelling energy. It's like a conscious, focused energy. So I love how her tools are like like her thoughts, her feelings, her experiences is charging her up, and she can use them however he's fit, and it will go out into the world. I love this ring of fire. I love this centralization on her womb, sexual power, sexual energy. You can use your sex parts, your sexuality, your sensuality, however that looks for you, as creative energy, as creative fuel, as beauty, as okay, like period. I'm about to you use that. Her hair, her power. Hair is power. Hair is an extension of our inner being, of our ancestors. I always feel like our hair is like each strand is representative one of our ancestors. Like the front of my hair is more kinky, and the back is more loose. It's so, I feel like I carry my ancestors with me. Um, I almost went a little deep with that, but I'm gonna leave it right there. Power, charged up, charging up. I love how my ancestors are speaking. Well, our ancestors are speaking right now. It feels so light. It feels so like a cloud, or like a pillow, or like a soft rain, even super emotion filled, but very gentle. Over here, what does that say? Shaman of Swords and Ace of Cups. Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna start with the Ace of Cups and Shaman of Swords. I can't choose. So swords for me is more so for me a conflict or friction when interacting with the outside world, with interacting with what's around you, and it also includes spirit, is what I heard. So it's how you interact with spirit, with the world around you, and it makes sense because everything around you is an extension of spirit. So we have the Shaman of Swords. So pretty much, okay, no, flip to Ace of Cups. Beautiful card. It's so freeing. Just look at how freeing it looks. So cups to me 100% feel like, oh, I'm so sorry. Feel like emotions, a flow, going with the flow, but also the highs and lows, harmony, balance. So it's the start of all of that. it is you kind of signing up, kind of jumping into the ocean, the river, the sea of life. It is you choosing it to jump in and then see where it takes you, flow where it takes you. Do you want to drown? Do you want to stay afloat? Do you want to water here? And do you what experience are you, how can I say this, or how do they want to say it? I'm just saying it like coffee or tea. Like, what experience are you brewing up? Because you are the seasoning to the water. You are what adds flavor to that water. That water is not charged until you enter it. It is calm waters. You enter and you add your frequency. Is your frequency like doo-doo? And they're pretty much saying don't really focus on what your frequency is, but just making of the video. um yeah, it's like feel your energy and know that the water that you are feeling around you is a reflection of the water in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you feel is that? So is Marshall. I feel like if you try to control the water around you, it it starts to create more waves. It starts to create more turmoil. It's like the more you fight against the current state of your body, the more it kind of fights back. Ah, beautiful. Shaman of Swords. Okay, I love how this is playing off of that. So at this point, we're pretty much just saying let that ish flow. Like, it's flowing already, so just let it flow. It's like a faucet that won't turn off, but you wouldn't even want it to turn off because that means you aren't having the human experience anymore. And I'm looking at this on my chin, so I might try to hide that. Thank you. Yeah, it's more so like just be the freaking flower. Just let that faucet fuel you. Let that faucet run through you. Let that faucet fill you up and just grow with it because the faucet, it comes from you and to you. Like, it's all yours. It's all yours. This entire world, this entire experience, your family, your your friends, your loved ones, even if you don't have anyone, you can honestly create an entire imaginary family. And that's pretty much what we all do. because our family and friends are just a reflection of our thoughts paired with